Almost 200 years ago, wine growers and makers from Switzerland founded the wine-growing community Shabo, under the leadership of Louis Tardent, who was a remarkable biologist specializing in wine growing. He dedicated his entire life to hard work in this field and died, literally of exhaustion, at the age of 48. Since then, he has been dwelling somewhere in the heavens, missing his beloved Shabo terribly, his only desire to visit Shabo one more time. Finally, his wish was granted, and he was allowed a short visit.
Да-да, мы были здесь не первыми.
In ancient times, there were a few Greek settlements here: Tyra, Niconia.
Эту античную находку я передам музею Шабо.
Long ago, before the Swiss came here, Bessarabia and the surrounding territories were held by the Turks. The mighty Ackerman fortress was occupied by sultans. Thus, the Turks blocked Russia's exit to the Black Sea. After a long military campaign, the Russian Empire finally invaded the entire northern coastline of the Black Sea, and in 1812, Russia added Bessarabia to her territory, together with the Ackerman fortress. At that time, Russia was ruled by the good Tsar Alexandr I, who had been raised and educated by Frédéric César de la Harpe, a Swiss from canton Vaud. He remained a friend and advisor to the emperor for a long time. It was de la Harpe who suggested the creation of a Swiss settlement on these new lands. The Tsar liked the idea and encouraged the Swiss to move to the new southern territories and gave them orchards, gardens, and vineyards, which had been left by the Turks to the south of Ackerman. Louis Tardent was a great supporter of the plan and took it upon himself to bring the project to life. After his first visit to Bessarabia, Louis Tardent wrote a letter to the government of Canton Vaud, in which he enthused about the vineyards in southern Russia as the blessed land for cultivating the finest grapes. We think that Switzerland is the best land in the world, but we may be mistaken. And soon enough, a group of winemakers pledged themselves to the project, signing the official order establishing a new Swiss colony in Bessarabia. It was signed in front of a notary of the city of Vevey. Clauses 13 and 14 required that each member of the group possess a rifle and a Bible.
Вот мы в ВВ на рыночной площади. И я помню очень хорошо 19 июля 1822 года, когда мы отсюда отправились в далекое путешествие. Когда мы навсегда оставили родную землю, ВВ, Швейцарию, чтобы переселиться к Черному морю, в Шабо. Прощай, ВВ. Прощайте, друзья.
8 carts, each pulled by 3 or 4 horses, set out on the long journey to the Black Sea. Louis Tardent, then 34 years old, headed the convoy through Bavaria, Austria, and Poland. The journey, along 2,500 kilometers of bad, bumpy roads, took 3 months and 10 days. But fortunately, it ended well, and General Inzov greeted the travelers as if they were his own children. The Swiss colonists changed the original Turkish name of Chabag, lower gardens, to the name of Chabag. The Russian authorities granted many privileges to the Swiss colonists. After the initial hard start, their lives improved dramatically. Between 1890 and 1914, the colony blossomed. Their fine wines gained an excellent reputation well beyond the borders of the region. Russians, Moldavians, and Ukrainians found work in the colony. Some were employed on a permanent basis, some seasonally, and some received daily payments. In 1918, Schabo, as a part of Bessarabia, became the territory of Romania. Igor Forney, a fifth-generation Russian-Swiss man, remembers these times. We spoke Russian in the streets, German or French at home, and Romanian in the schools. But our social and religious life stayed pretty much the same. We were not abused or suppressed in any way. In 1940, that peaceful life came to an end. During the Second World War, Soviet troops invaded Bessarabia. Russia, Romania, and Germany fought over this region. Once again, the Ackerman fortress became the center of a military clash. In 1944, the Soviet victory left the community facing its final hour. I remember it very well. They were driving tanks, and the tanks could not cross the sand, so they asked us for dried-out vines to throw under their tank tracks. The houses and churches were damaged and destroyed. Most of the population ran away to escape the horrors of Stalinism. Those who hesitated for too long were arrested and exiled to Siberia, where most of them died. Since 1945, it has become a tradition for former citizens of Shabo to meet annually and reminisce. The oldest members of the community remember their childhood in Shabo. Shabo is my motherland. I feel at home there.
Shabo is my place. All my roots are there, and the best memories of my youth.
Shabo was the paradise of our childhood. What a wonderful, carefree life we had there at that time.
Vast plains and the endless horizon.
After the Second World War, Shabo became a part of the Ukrainian Soviet Republic. The Soviet authorities immediately confiscated the private lands of the Swiss colony and turned Shabo into a state enterprise. The production of wine declined and the quality deteriorated. Shabo's heyday, under the care of Swiss winemakers, could only be remembered with sadness. Now the dream of a Shabo revival has finally come true. Combining valued traditions with innovation is at the heart of the new owner's policy. What is more, we now have the Shabo Wine Culture Center. Tardent is so happy to see his wine cellar again, and in such excellent condition. He spent so many happy hours here with his friends. Alexandr Pushkin visited him here more than once. Even a real king was here once. The King of Romania, Karol II, commemorated his visit by signing the wall, just here.
Пожалуйста, господин Тардан, приглашаем вас на дегустацию наших вин.
Для меня большая радость попробовать шабских вин.
Вуаля, месье. Вот наш Ткachenko. Это уникальный белый аборигенный сорт винограда Шabo. И попробовать его можно только в Шabo. Действительно, только в Шabo.
По-королевски.
C'est Shabo.
Месье Тардан,
Господин Тардан,
вы забыли вашу шляпу.
ваша шляпа.
Мне пора. До свидания. Большое спасибо.
Louis Tardent totally lost track of time while tasting all these excellent wines. He should be back up there already. Now he is hurrying home, happy in the knowledge that his beloved Shabo is well taken care of by skilled and caring professionals.